Today we're going to talk about Jiu-Jitsu etiquette. Some of the things I'm going to discuss are definitely universal. Every single gym will expect you to do these things or not do these things as well. So let's start off with safety. It's okay to train really hard, to roll hard, but when you're a new student and you don't really have a lot of techniques, you should definitely just relax. You should just use the techniques that your coaches are teaching you. There's nothing worse than what we like to call the spazzy white belt. So you don't want to be a spazzy white belt. So just relax. We're never going to put you in a situation with you rolling with somebody who's going to hurt you or somebody's going to go too hard on you too soon. We're going to put you with the right people. The best advice I can give people is just to relax and to breathe, and don't try to use your athleticism or your strength, because you'll end up hurting yourself or even worse, hurting your partner. You shouldn't do any kind of slamming. You should never slam your opponent. When you pick your opponent up, it's your responsible to make sure that you don't slam them. You shouldn't do any type of small joint manipulation, like pulling fingers back. Heel hooks and calf slicers and foot locks shouldn't be done on anybody who's new to jiu-jitsu. I remember I was heel hooked one time when I first started training jiu-jitsu. I didn't even know what a heel hook was. And I felt like my knee was going to explode. And I was like, what is that? What was that move? I didn't know how to defend it. I didn't even know what it was. And so at my gym, we can't even foot lock, do a straight Achilles lock on white belts until they have a little bit of experience, until they know how to defend it. And then of course, know how to apply. There's nothing worse than a stinky training partner. It could be that the gi smells, or it could be that the person smells. So you have to wash your gi. Every single time you practice, you have to wash your gi. You should never practice, put your gi in the gym bag, and then go back to the gym the next day and use that gi. So here's my routine. This is what I do. I always make sure that if I can, I always take a shower before I go to the gym. Now that's not always possible, but if you do work outdoors, you work construction, you have to take a shower, especially if you're sweating, if you're getting dirty. You want to make sure, go home real quick and just rinse off. Your training partners will really appreciate it. I clean the mats every single day. I clean them twice a day. I make sure that people are trying their best to be clean, but it's important for you to do your part. So you have to go home, take a shower, wash your gi, make sure that your gi doesn't smell your gi before you come to class. You should make sure to never walk on a mat with your shoes, okay? I have new students do this all the time because they just don't know. And some people walk in the gym the very first time and they walk onto the mat with their shoes. And of course we have to clean the mat. They're kind of embarrassed, and it's because they don't know. So take your shoes off. I suggest bringing some flip-flops to class, because you may have to go to the bathroom, and you shouldn't go to the bathroom barefoot. You really shouldn't go outside barefoot or to the bathroom barefoot and walk back on the mat. Think about the germs that you're going to pick up. You make sure to wear flip-flops or shoes to the bathroom, and you make sure that if you accidentally make a mistake and you do walk outside barefoot, that you clean your feet before you go onto the mat. You shouldn't wear jewelry as well. And so make sure to take off all your jewelry. Years ago, when I used to teach at another school, I didn't teach a lot, but I would teach every now and again. And I would teach a technique, and then people would go and work on the technique. They would partner up. And then you would see people working on something else. They weren't even doing the techniques that I was showing them. And it really used to annoy me. And I used to think to myself, why am I even here? We might as well just do an open mat if nobody's going to work on the techniques that the coaches are teaching. So at my gym, and I think this should be across the board at every single gym, show the coaches the proper respect by making sure that you're working on the techniques that they're showing you, and don't deviate from that. Don't start showing your version of the technique, because you should never start to work on your own stuff on the side. It just sends a bad message to the gym. I just don't think that's very good gym culture. And so work on the technique that your coaches are teaching you. If you have other coaches in the gym who are helping, those coaches should also be backing you up and shouldn't be showing something else as well. Is grooming yourself, cutting your fingernails and your toenails at home. You should never do it at the gym. I just don't get it. When people come to the gym and they think it's okay to walk inside the gym and cut and trim their toenails. No. I have found toenails and fingernails and it drives me crazy, absolutely drives me crazy. So that's a big rule for me. Do your grooming at home. One time I came into the gym, we have a trash can, and somebody had trimmed their fingernails around the trash can. I guess they thought that the fingernails would just fly into the trash can. I was picking up fingernails all around the trash can and it was just really gross. It grossed me out. And it's just a big pet peeve of mine. So please get your manicures and your pedicures away from the gym. Be kind, be respectful to everybody, not just your coaches, but everybody. Always give everybody a fist bump, you know, say hello, ask people how they're doing. We're not gonna vibe with everybody at the gym. You're gonna like certain people a little bit more than others, but you should always be cool with everybody. You should always give everybody a fist bump. You don't want to be that person who comes into the gym and you look like you've had a bad day. I mean, you may have had a bad day, but you're at Jiu-Jitsu now, so life just got better, right? So you should be happy. And that's our time to relieve the stress. That's our time to be able to let go on what's ever happening outside of the gym. Our lives are stressful, and so this is what Jiu-Jitsu does. It gives us a chance to escape from our lives. There shouldn't be any profanity, any type of sexual comments. We should treat women training partners the same as we treat anybody else. We shouldn't sexualize our training partners. Personally, I want more women at my gym training, and so we need to create an environment where women feel comfortable training at my gym. Keep the gym tidy. Pick up your tape. Pick up the stuff that you brought to the gym and take it home with you. If you bring a water bottle, don't leave it at the gym. One thing that I love at my gym is I have a lot of students who stay around to the very end. They help me sweep, they help me clean up. They know my routine and they follow the same routine that I have. And man, I appreciate that so much. And so if you can help, that's great. I know a lot of people can't. A lot of people have busy lives. They come to the gym, they train, they go home. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. You don't have to stay to help, but you don't have to make it harder on the people who have to clean up by leaving your stuff everywhere, by taking your tape off and just throwing it. You definitely should bow before you walk onto the mat, at least at my gym, and before you leave, you should also bow as well. You should always be on time. There's a lot of people who are really good at being on time. And what I mean by on time is that you're 5 to 10 minutes early. So if you show up late, here's the thing about showing up late. If you do it consistently, people notice. People notice if you don't want to be a part of the group. And remember, a gym is a community. And it's easy to be that person that kind of has a little attitude, like I'm a little better than everybody else. I don't have to show up on time. I don't have to do the warm-ups. I'm gonna let everybody else do that. I'll jump on the mat when I'm ready. And that's not really the type of gym culture I want. You know, some people are gonna trickle in because, you know, hey, look, people have busy lives. I get it. I will say this, some gyms, they may not like it. They may want you to be on time, and if you're not gonna be on time, they're not going to allow it. If there is an issue, you should let your coach know. There shouldn't be any food on the mats. You shouldn't have any type of drinks except for water that's on the mats. One of the things that I don't like is when students will bring their water bottle and they'll leave it on the mat. The mat is our training space, and it shouldn't be on the areas where we sit as well, because benches are for sitting, not for leaving your stuff. You should always move for black belts. If black belts are rolling with somebody and they roll into your area, you should move for them. That's just a sign of respect. But some people ask me, well, what can I do to get better faster at Jiu-Jitsu? And one of the first things I say, if you want to get better faster, clean up your diet. Get better sleep. That's some of the easiest things that we can do to get better at Jiu-Jitsu faster. Okay, so here's the grand finale. This is the most important rule, and this is what I expect out of everybody who trains at my gym, and this should go across the board at every single gym. Don't forget, jiu-jitsu's fun. Have a good time. Follow the rules, whatever the mat etiquette is, whatever the gym etiquette is. When in doubt, ask the coaches. If you don't know, ask. But the most important thing, the most important rule for me is to have fun. I want people to have a good time when they come and train. Jiu-jitsu is awesome. Jiu-jitsu is one of the best things you can do. Jiu-jitsu is just like so incredible. Just some of the benefits that you get from it are just amazing. I mean, sometimes I go to the gym and I train and I just leave on this high. It's just like I got all these endorphins going. It helps my sleep. It helps with my stress. And so the most important thing is just have a good time. Have fun. Jiu-jitsu is supposed to be fun. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. If there's something I missed, please let me know in the comment section. And sometimes I just think everybody has jiu-jitsu common sense and they know every single rule, and people don't. So if there's something that I forgot, please mention it in the comment section. Also, if you train at another gym and they have some different rules, let us know what they are. You know, every single gym is different. Every single gym has their own etiquette. At our gym, we're definitely more laid back, but I'll say this, there's some gyms that are definitely more formal, and there's nothing wrong with that. Pick the gym that fits your personality. If you don't like the gym you're training at, go find a gym that fits who you are as a person.